Hello and welcome to the video on volume of a cylinder. So today we're going to look at how we find the volume of a cylinder. Now what is a cylinder? Well, a cylinder is basically like a three-dimensional circle, okay? So if this is a circle, then if we make it three-dimensional, that's a cylinder. Okay, we've all seen cylinders before. You've probably got lots of them in your house. There's another one you might have in your house. Okay, a cylinder apart from this little tiny bit at the top, it's a cylinder as well. So it's a circle that's three-dimensional. Okay, so if we look in a wee bit more detail at this one, this little pen tub here, okay, we can see there's a circle at the bottom. It has an area, right, if you can see it there, it's 63.585, but it also has three dimensions. It's got a height as well. Okay, and we use that to work out the volume. Now remember, the volume is the amount of space inside the cylinder. Okay, so it's the amount of space inside the cylinder. So remember, the area is the amount of space inside the circle. The circumference is the distance around the outside of the circle, and the volume of a cylinder is the amount of empty space inside this cylinder here. Okay, so let's look at an example. Alright, so we've got a cylinder here, 5 centimetres, and its height is 7 centimetres. So we'll talk a wee bit more about height of 3D prisms in the class, okay? But what we're going to do just now is we're going to take you through an example of how we work out the volume of a cylinder. We use this formula here. The formula is V for volume equals pi times R for radius, just like it was with the area, times H for height, the height of the cylinder. Okay, so if we just put numbers into the formula, just like we're used to doing already, for like an area or circumference, then we're going to have V for volume is equal to pi times, now, oh, I've forgotten something, right? We've got a diameter here of 5, so what do we need to do? We need to write down what the radius is at the side. So remember that that is really important, because it reminds us not to just look back at the diagram and write a 5 in here and square it and carry on. It reminds us to actually think, is it diameter or is it radius that we've got? Okay, so it's a diameter we've got here of the circle, it's from the edge to the edge. We want the centre to the edge, which is 2.5. It's 2.5 squared, and then we times that by 7. So we just stick this all into our scientific calculator, and then we get our answer out, and it's 137.4 to 1 decimal place. Now, with circumference, we used centimetres because it was a length, right? We've been given dimensions, we've been given lengths in centimetres here, so we're using centimetres again. But it's not just centimetres. Remember, for a length we use centimetres, for an area we use centimetres squared. Remember, that was a unit when we spoke about tiles and carpets and things like that are all sold in square metres and square feet. For volume, the space inside a 3D object, we don't use centimetres squared either, we use centimetres cubed. So cubed, a little 3 at the top, okay? And that signifies that it's cubic centimetres and it's the space inside the shape, and it's not an area and it's not a length, okay? So just going through it again real quick. So you can see we've got our cylinder here, diameter 5 centimetres, so we need to write down the radius is 2.5. I forgot earlier, I'm very naughty. Height's 7 centimetres. We use this formula here, V equals pi r squared h. Now you'll usually be given this, especially in S2, you'll be given this already in tests and things, so don't worry about it. Volume then is pi times 2.5 squared, the radius squared, remember, times by itself, not times by 2, and we multiply that by 7. And our answer is 137.4, and we need to include our units, centimetres cubed. Alright, so again guys, make sure you've got that all copied down. It's very, very simple in terms of the calculation that you do. The sum's not hard, it's just that you've got to know the formula and where to apply that and to understand the different dimensions in the shape. So to understand that that's the diameter because it's of the circle in the top, and that's the height because that's what makes this circle three-dimensional. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next day.